Every morning while other children walked into school, 10-year-old Lily stood quietly outside the classroom window, watching them learn. She didn't have a backpack, she didn't have school supplies, she didn't even have a classroom. But she had a dream: one day I'm gonna sit in there. She would smile through the glass as if she already belonged. Every day, Lily secretly copied everything she could see through the window. Letters, numbers, words she didn't even understand yet. One morning, Mr. Carter, the teacher inside the classroom, asked, "All right, class, who can solve this problem?" Lily knew the answer. Her little hand slowly rose. Then she remembered she wasn't a student. Her hand slowly dropped. "I know the answer," she whispered, "but nobody can hear me." That night, Lily sat at a tiny table inside their small apartment. Her only light came from an old lamp. Her mother was working nearby, trying to make enough money to get through another week. "Sweetheart, you need to get some sleep," her mother said softly. Lily looked up. "Mom, when can I go to school?" Her mother stopped working. She looked at Lily, but she couldn't look her in the eyes. "When we can afford it, sweetheart." Lily looked down at her broken pencil. "That's okay, Mom." She gave her mother a small smile. "I'll learn from outside." Her mother turned away so Lily wouldn't see her crying. The next morning, Lily was back, same window, same broken pencil, same dream. As she watched the classroom, she suddenly heard footsteps behind her. "Hey." Lily turned around. Mr. Carter was standing there. She looked terrified. "I'm sorry, I'll leave." She quickly grabbed her notebook and started walking away. "Wait," Mr. Carter said gently. Lily stopped. "Why do you come here every day?" Lily looked down at her worn-out shoes. She didn't want to answer, but finally she whispered, "Because I can't afford to come inside." Mr. Carter looked at her for a moment. And suddenly he understood. Instead of sending Lily away, he slowly knelt beside her. He gently took her broken pencil and looked at it. "You don't need money to love learning," he said. Then he reached into his bag and pulled out a brand new notebook. "Take this." Lily stared at the notebook as if someone had just handed her a treasure. "Can I really have it?" she asked, her voice trembling. Mr. Carter smiled. "Yeah." Then he looked into her eyes. "Come back tomorrow." He paused. "I'll be waiting." Lily's eyes filled with tears. For the first time, someone had made her feel like she belonged. The next morning, Lily woke up before sunrise. She held her new notebook tightly against her chest and ran toward the school. She couldn't stop smiling. "Mr. Carter," she called excitedly. But as she reached the school entrance, she suddenly stopped. Something was wrong. There were police cars outside. Several adults were gathered near the entrance, and Mr. Carter was standing there waiting for her. Except he wasn't smiling. Lily slowly walked toward him. "Mr. Carter," she held up her new notebook. "I brought my notebook." Mr. Carter slowly walked toward her. His eyes were filled with tears. "Lily," his voice trembled, "you can't come inside." Lily's smile disappeared. "Why?" Mr. Carter looked toward the school. Then he looked back at Lily. His voice dropped to a whisper. "Because someone found out who you really are." And whatever they had discovered was enough to make the entire school afraid. Lily stared at Mr. Carter, completely confused. "What do you mean, who I really am?" Mr. Carter looked around nervously before answering. "Lily, I need you to trust me." "But why are there police officers here?" Mr. Carter took a slow breath. "Because someone came to the school last night." "Who?" "I don't know." Lily's eyes filled with fear. "Did I do something wrong?" "No, Lily." Mr. Carter immediately shook his head. "You haven't done anything wrong. Then why can't I go inside?" Mr. Carter looked at the school doors. "Because someone left something for you. For me." He reached into his jacket and pulled out a small, old envelope. Lily stared at it. There was only one thing written on the front, her name. "Lily." She slowly took the envelope. "Who sent this?" "I don't know." Lily opened it with trembling hands. Inside was an old photograph. She looked at it and suddenly stopped breathing. It was a picture of a young woman standing in front of the exact same school. Lily stared at the woman. Something about her face felt familiar. "Who is she?" Mr. Carter didn't answer. Lily looked at him again. "Mr. Carter, who is she?" His eyes became filled with sadness. "I was hoping you would never have to ask me that question." Lily looked back at the photograph. Then she noticed something around the woman's neck, a small silver necklace. Lily immediately touched the necklace she was wearing. It was identical. "She has my necklace." Mr. Carter slowly nodded. "Because that necklace belonged to your mother." Lily's face went pale. "My mom?" "Yes." Lily shook her head. "That can't be right." "Why?" "Because my mom said this necklace was hers." Mr. Carter looked down. "She wasn't lying." Lily frowned. "Then what's the problem?" Mr. Carter took another breath. "She just never told you the whole story." Lily looked at the photograph again. "Was my mom a student here?" Mr. Carter was silent. "Mr. Carter," finally he answered. "No." Lily's confusion grew. "Then why does she have a picture in front of this school?" Mr. Carter looked toward the empty hallway. "Because your mother wasn't always outside that building." Lily stared at him. "What does that mean?" Mr. Carter opened the school office door. "Come with me." Lily hesitated. "Why?" "Because there's something you need to see." They walked through the quiet hallway. Mr. Carter stopped in front of an old filing cabinet. He unlocked it. then he pulled out a dusty folder. Lily watched nervously. Mr. Carter placed the folder on the desk. Written across the front were 4 words. Lily, admission record. Lily stared at it. But I've never been a student here. I know. Then why does this exist? Mr. Carter slowly opened the folder. Inside was an old photograph. Lily picked it up. It showed a tiny baby wrapped in a white blanket. She stared at the baby's face. Then she looked at Mr. Carter. Who is that? Mr. Carter didn't answer. Lily looked closer. Her eyes widened. That, she swallowed. That baby looks like me. Mr. Carter's voice became quiet. Because it is you. Lily dropped the photograph onto the desk. No, she shook her head. No, that's impossible. Mr. Carter gently pushed the photograph back toward her. This photograph was taken 22 years ago. Lily looked at him. 22 years? Yes, but I'm only 10. Mr. Carter nodded. I know. Lily's face became confused. Then how can that be me? Mr. Carter didn't answer immediately. He opened another file. Inside was an old newspaper clipping. Lily read the headline. Woman disappears after school incident. Her eyes moved to the photograph. It was her mother. Lily's hands began to shake. My mom. Mr. Carter nodded. She was here 22 years ago. Lily whispered, what happened to her? Mr. Carter looked away. That's what I've been trying to find out. Lily stared at him. But my mom told me she never went to this school. She wanted you to believe that. Why? Mr. Carter remained silent. Mr. Carter, please. Lily's voice broke. Tell me the truth. He looked at her with tears in his eyes. Your mother didn't leave this school. Lily waited. Mr. Carter continued. She was taken away. Lily froze. Taken away? Yes. By who? Mr. Carter looked toward the hallway. I don't know. You're lying. I'm not. Then why won't you tell me? Mr. Carter slowly reached into the filing cabinet again. This time he pulled out a small wooden box. It was hidden here for 22 years. Lily stared at it. What's inside? Something your mother left behind. He placed the box on the desk. There was a small lock on it. Lily looked at him. Do you have the key? Mr. Carter shook his head. No. Then how are we going to open it? Mr. Carter looked at Lily's necklace. Maybe we already have the key. Lily touched her necklace. What do you mean? Mr. Carter carefully examined the small silver pendant. Then he turned it over. There was a tiny key hidden inside. Lily's eyes widened. My mom never told me this was here. Mr. Carter whispered. She probably hoped you would never need it. Lily removed the tiny key. She placed it inside the lock. Click. The box opened. Inside was a folded letter, and beneath the letter, a photograph. Lily picked up the photograph. Her eyes immediately filled with tears. It showed her mother holding Lily as a baby, but standing beside them was a man Lily had never seen before. Who is that? Mr. Carter looked at the photograph. His face suddenly changed. He looked terrified. Mr. Carter, he didn't answer. Who is that man? Mr. Carter slowly stepped backward. I thought he was gone. Lily looked at him. Who? Mr. Carter whispered. Your father. Lily's eyes widened. My father, yes, but my father is dead. Mr. Carter shook his head. No, Lily. He looked toward the school windows. Your father isn't dead. Lily could barely breathe. Then where is he? Before Mr. Carter could answer, they heard a loud noise from the hallway. Bang. Lily jumped. Mr. Carter quickly turned off the office light. Stay here. What happened? Someone's inside the school. They heard footsteps. Slow footsteps coming closer. Lily grabbed Mr. Carter's arm. I'm scared, he whispered. Don't make a sound. The footsteps stopped outside the office door. Silence. Then the door handle slowly began to turn. Lily held her breath. Mr. Carter stood in front of her. The handle moved again, and suddenly a man's voice came from the other side. Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter's face went completely pale. Lily whispered, Who is that? Mr. Carter didn't answer. The voice came again. It's been 10 years. Mr. Carter closed his eyes, and Lily realized he knew that man. The door slowly opened. A tall stranger stood in the doorway. He looked directly at Lily. Then he smiled and said, I finally found you. Lily stared at the stranger standing in the doorway. She couldn't move. The man looked at her as if he had been searching for her his entire life. Mr. Carter stepped in front of Lily. Stay behind me, the stranger smiled. I didn't come here to hurt her. Mr. Carter's voice became firm. Then why are you here? The man looked at Lily again. Because she deserves to know the truth. Lily slowly stepped out from behind Mr. Carter. What truth? The man hesitated. Then he looked at the photograph in Lily's hands. You found the box. Lily tightened her grip around the photograph. How do you know about the box? The man took a slow breath. Because I put it there. Mr. Carter's face changed. You, the stranger nodded. 22 years ago, Lily looked between them. What happened 22 years ago? Neither man answered. Lily's voice became louder. Stop keeping secrets from me. The stranger looked at her with sadness. Your mother wasn't taken away. Lily froze. She left because she was trying to protect you. Protect me from what? The man looked at Mr. Carter. Tell her. Mr. Carter shook his head. You tell her. The stranger looked back at Lily. Your mother discovered something inside this school. Lily swallowed. What did she discover? A secret. What secret? The man stepped closer. A secret that could destroy the lives of some very powerful people. Lily looked at Mr. Carter. Is that why my mom disappeared? Mr. Carter quietly answered. Yes. Lily's eyes filled with tears. Then why did she leave me? She didn't. The stranger's voice cracked. She tried to take you with her. Lily stared at him. But I was told she abandoned me. She never abandoned you. The man reached into his coat and pulled out an old photograph. He handed it to Lily. Lily looked at it. It showed her mother standing outside a train station holding a baby. Lily, and beside her was the same man. Lily looked up. You were there? Yes. Who are you? The man looked at her for a long moment. My name is Daniel. Lily whispered. Daniel. Daniel nodded. I was your mother's closest friend. Mr. Carter suddenly interrupted. That isn't the whole truth. Daniel looked at him. Not now. Lily stared at both men. Then tell me everything. Daniel looked down. Your mother asked me to take you somewhere safe. Where? Across the country. Lily's eyes widened. Why didn't you? Daniel's expression broke. Because someone found us. Who? Daniel looked toward the hallway. The people your mother was running from. Lily's voice trembled. What did they do? Daniel closed his eyes. They took you. Lily stopped breathing. They took me. Yes. Then how did I end up with my mother? Daniel shook his head. You didn't. Lily looked confused. What do you mean? Daniel whispered. The woman you grew up calling your mother. She wasn't your biological mother. Lily stepped backward. No. Daniel's eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry. No. Lily shook her head. My mother is my mother. Daniel nodded. I know. Then why are you saying this? Because the woman who raised you was your mother's sister. Lily stared at him. Her entire world seemed to collapse. Mr. Carter slowly walked toward her. Lily, she stepped away. Don't. She looked at Daniel. Where is my real mother? Daniel didn't answer. Where is she? Still nothing. Lily screamed. Where is my mother? Daniel finally whispered. She may still be alive. Silence filled the room. Lily's tears stopped for a moment. What? Daniel looked at her. We never found her body. Mr. Carter looked down. We always believed she was gone. Daniel shook his head. No. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small phone. There was a message. He pressed play. Static filled the room. Then a woman's voice could be heard. A voice Lily had never heard before, but somehow felt familiar. Daniel, please, if you're hearing this, keep Lily away from the school. Lily covered her mouth. The recording continued. Don't trust anyone. The message suddenly ended. Lily stared at Daniel. That's my mother. Daniel nodded. Yes. When was this recorded? Daniel looked at the date on the phone. 3 months ago. Lily's eyes widened. 3 months. Yes. My mother could still be alive. Daniel looked at Mr. Carter. That's what I'm trying to find out. Suddenly, they heard police sirens outside. Mr. Carter looked through the window. There are more police cars. Daniel's expression changed. They found us. Lily whispered. Who? Daniel grabbed her hand. We have to leave. Mr. Carter blocked the door. There's another way out. They rushed through the back hallway. Lily held the photograph tightly against her chest. As they reached the emergency exit, Mr. Carter suddenly stopped. What? He looked at Lily. There's something you need to know before we leave. Lily stared at him. What? Mr. Carter took a deep breath. The reason the school was afraid when you came this morning, it wasn't because of your mother. Lily waited. It was because someone has been searching for you. Daniel looked toward the window, and they finally found you. Suddenly a car screeched to a stop outside. A man stepped out. He looked directly toward the school. Then he raised his phone. Lily's phone suddenly vibrated. She looked down. One new message. No name, just 6 words. I can't see you, Lily. Lily's face went pale. She slowly looked toward the window. Daniel whispered, don't look, but it was too late. Lily looked outside, and standing across the street was a man holding the exact same photograph Lily had in her hands. He smiled. Then he pointed directly at her. Lily couldn't take her eyes off the man standing across the street. He was holding the same photograph, the photograph of her mother. Daniel grabbed Lily's shoulder. Lily, get away from the window, but she couldn't move. The man outside slowly raised his hand and pointed directly at her. Then he turned around and disappeared into the crowd. Lily finally looked at Daniel. Who was he? Daniel didn't answer. Daniel, who was that man? Daniel's face was pale. He works for the people who took your mother. Lily's heart began racing. Then we have to find her. Daniel shook his head. It's not that simple. Why? Because if your mother is still alive, he paused. They're probably keeping her hidden. Lily looked at Mr. Carter. Can you help us? Mr. Carter nodded. I've been waiting 22 years for the chance. Daniel suddenly looked at him. You knew where she was? Mr. Carter hesitated. No. Then what do you mean? Mr. Carter reached into his pocket. He pulled out an old brass key. Lily stared at it. What's that? Mr. Carter answered quietly. Your mother's old classroom. Lily looked confused. My mother had a classroom here. Yes. Why didn't you tell me? Because the room was sealed after she disappeared. Daniel stepped closer. Why? Mr. Carter looked toward the hallway. Because that's where everything started. They walked through the dark school building. The halls were empty. The lights flickered above them. Lily held Daniel's hand tightly. They stopped in front of an old wooden door. There was a faded nameplate, Maria B. N-N-E-T-T. Lily touched the name. That's my mother's name. Mr. Carter inserted the key. The lock clicked. The door slowly opened. Dust filled the air. Inside were old books, photographs, and boxes. Lily walked toward the desk. She found a small picture frame. It showed her mother smiling. Lily picked it up. She was happy here. Daniel looked at the photograph. Lily suddenly noticed something written on the back. She turned it over. 3 words were written in her mother's handwriting. Look underneath. Lily looked at Mr. Carter. Underneath what? Mr. Carter looked at the desk. They moved it away from the wall. There was a small wooden panel underneath. Daniel pried it open. Inside was a hidden compartment, and inside that compartment was a small videotape. Lily stared at it. What is that? Daniel whispered. Your mother's last message. Mr. Carter found an old television and a tape player in the storage room. They connected everything. The screen flickered. Static appeared. Then a woman appeared. Lily froze. It was her mother, older than in the photographs, tired, scared, but alive. Lily stepped closer to the screen. Mom, her mother looked directly into the camera. If you're watching this, she took a shaky breath. Then Lily must be old enough to know the truth. Lily began crying. Her mother's voice continued. Lily, if you're watching this, I need you to know I never left you. Lily covered her mouth. I was trying to protect you. The video suddenly glitched. Daniel leaned toward the screen. Come on, the picture returned. Maria looked terrified. They know about the evidence. They're coming for me. Lily whispered, what evidence? Her mother continued. I hid it where no one would ever think to look. She paused. Inside the school. Lily looked around the classroom. Her mother continued. Daniel knows where to find it. Daniel's face went pale. Lily turned toward him. You knew? Daniel shook his head. I didn't know she recorded this. The video continued. Maria looked directly into the camera, and Lily, her voice became softer. If you're watching this, don't trust the man who tells you he's your father. Lily froze. Daniel looked at Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter looked terrified. The screen suddenly went black. Lily turned around. Who is my father? No one answered. Then a loud crash came from the hallway. Everyone froze. Daniel whispered, they're here. Mr. Carter grabbed the tape. We have to go. They rushed toward the door. But before they could reach it, the classroom door slammed shut. Someone had locked it from the outside. Lily screamed, who's out there? A man's voice came from the hallway. Open the door. Daniel looked at Lily. Stay behind me, the voice came again. You've been looking for answers. A pause. Now you're going to get them. Lily stepped backward. Who are you? The man laughed softly. Then he said something that made Daniel's face turn completely white. Ask Daniel why he was the last person your mother called before she disappeared. Lily slowly turned toward Daniel. Daniel couldn't look at her. Is that true? Silence. Daniel, answer me. He finally looked at Lily. Yes. Lily's eyes filled with tears. What did you do? Daniel whispered. I tried to save her. Suddenly the classroom window shattered. Lily screamed. Mr. Carter pulled her down. Daniel grabbed the videotape. Someone outside shouted, run. They looked toward the broken window. A police officer was standing outside. He waved desperately. Get out through the window. Daniel helped Lily climb through. Mr. Carter followed. They ran across the schoolyard, but Lily suddenly stopped. She looked back at the classroom. On the floor beside the broken window was an old photograph. She picked it up. It showed her mother, Daniel, and one more person, a young man. Lily stared at his face. Then she whispered, that's him. Daniel turned. Who? Lily pointed at the photograph. The man from the street. Daniel's face went completely pale. No. Lily looked at him. Who is he? Daniel whispered. He isn't looking for you. Lily's heart stopped. Then who is he looking for? Daniel looked toward the school. Your mother.